What's up guys, Newner122 and it's discussion day. Oh man, my heater's on because it's really cold out, so if you hear weird hissing and buzzing like that, it's the steam heat because it's New York City, so we're all on steam heat. And I can't really turn it off, and I wouldn't want to because it's like 15 degrees out. As you might have noticed, we got a new intro. I actually am filming this before I made the intro, so I'm not exactly sure what it's going to look like. However, that's going to be my new intro going forward until the next 10K anniversary, and then we'll switch it up again. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think every 10K I'm going to change my intro, because that seems to be like the cool thing to do, or at least that's what I want to do. And to start the next 10K subscriber thing off right, I'm going to talk about a card that I really want to talk about, even though I'm talking about it a little bit late because it came out like last week, but I don't really care. I wanted a week to mull it over, and it's Solar Batteryman. Hopefully in the TCG we call this Batteryman Solar Cell, because that would make sense and kind of follow the naming convention all the other ones are. So let's hope for Batteryman Solar Cell, because Solar Batteryman just sounds kind of stupid. But what does he do? Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say. It's alright. He's a light level 4 15-15 attack defense spread with the following effect. You can only use each of his 1, 2, 3 effects once per turn. Okay, fine. Effecto number uno. When this is normal or special summoned, RIP flip summon, you can send one thunder monster from your deck to the graveyard. It doesn't say Batteryman, it says thunder, so that's cool. Effecto dos. If another thunder monster is summoned to your side of the field, normal or special summoned, you can special summon one Batteryman token to the field. It's a light level 1/0/0, normal. And number 3, you can target a Batteryman effect monster in your graveyard or on the field, and this card becomes the name of that monster. So why do I like this card? Well, I've played Batteryman for a while. I like the deck. Ever since 9V came out, I've dabbled with it, and it's a fun little deck. It's kind of cool playing a deck where most of the cards are like ancient, and they got that thicker cardstock feel to them, and you're actually doing a pretty good job playing against more modern decks because it's an OTK deck through and through. And I'll admit, the first time I read this card, I didn't think it was super good, but the more I read it, the more I thought about it, there is combos that this can do in the deck. Batteryman like to swarm the field with other Batterymen, make a big old board, and then push for game. And because this thing summons a token to your side of the field as well as dumping monsters from the deck to the grave, it lets you set up plays and extend your plays out and hopefully get you the attack on board that you need in order to go push for game. That first effect, when it is normal or special summoned to dump a thunder monster out of your deck, is really great because Batteryman have an in-theme card that is both a salvage and a surface. Actually, they have 2 salvages. One's a quick play, but less generic. But it doesn't really matter which one you play, they both kind of work for the deck. As well as, like I said, that surface card, Batteryman Charger, which gets any of the Batterymen back from the grave to the field, so you can mill a Batteryman and summon it back. But it does say thunders, which means that you don't actually have to mill a Batteryman. You can mill something else like that Mustang thing and get back with Call of the Haunted, so you can get a little stun engine going too, which means you can actually use this thing in other Thunder stun decks, like with Ryo and Denko and the Mustang card and Lightning Rod Roar and stuff like that. So there is some versatility with this card. That second effect is cool because that token gets you a 3rd Batteryman on field in order to use your short circuit, as well as giving you some tribute fodder for Fuel Cell's bounce effect. And if you want to tribute it for a Batteryman Charger, the actual Batteryman, the monster, not the spell, it's not a bad tribute fodder either. And of course, as a level 1 light token thing, you can use it for Link spam as well with your Link Spider, your Link Karibo. So that is also a fun option that this thing opens up for you. That 3rd effect is kind of dumb because I think its only function is for like Voltec Dragon and some of the older Batterymen that actually care what other Batterymen are on the field in order to do things. Like I think AA boosts his own attack if there's other AAs or something like that. So that's just in there for if you want to play an old school Batteryman style deck. So the pros with this card are pretty solid. It's an extender, it's also kind of a starter, it's a decent normal summon, and it's a level 4, which means it kind of has tons of synergy with the rest of the deck. The cons, however, it is kind of fighting for a normal summon with 9V, which is really frustrating, and it really only sees its maximum potential if you also open it with Battery Charger, not Batteryman Charger. They're different cards. Because otherwise, you really can't do anything with the monster that you dump. But hey, if you do open this in Battery Charger, you got a pretty decent little combo on your hands. Summon this, dump 9V, get the 9V back with the Charger, the 9V will search something, most likely your Fuel Cell, and because you summon back the 9V, you'll also get the token. You can now special summon the Fuel Cell, and then use the token as bounce for the Fuel Cell. And then if you have a Short Circuit in hand, you can nuke their board too. That's fun. So it's not perfect. It'd be really cool if it could special summon itself in order to kind of stay out of 9 volts way, but if it does get to play first and it mills that 9 volt and you can get that 9 volt back, you can really extend out. And what is cool is the first and second effects kind of go along hand in hand depending on the way your combos are working, so you can really kind of get the full advantage of this card in one turn. Overall, I really like it, and it'd be really cool to see what it is. And let's just look at a quick deck profile I threw together before filming this, so you guys can kind of see where my head was at. Alright, this is the deck I threw together. I decided that I wanted to steer away from OTKing, like, super hard, because that means that the deck is forced to go first, it really can't do anything. So I threw some stun cards in here, thinking maybe it'll well round out the strategy. It'll probably just brick the crap out of it. So, I mean, like, feel free to use this as a very vague jumping off point, but it was just kind of something I was teasing around with. I thought it was kind of fun. But you got your Gem Knight Tourmaline in here as your Brilliant Fusion target because it is a Thunder, so if you dump it with your Brilliant Fusion, you can use your Industrial Strength's special ability to banish this from the grave in order to use this effect. So you don't have to banish one of your Batteryman because you don't really want to banish your Batteryman because you want to get it back with your Battery Charger. Now, normally an old Batteryman, I'd put Charger at 2 maybe, but the fact that, what do you call it? Solar Cell really does fill the graveyard up pretty efficiently. I think that you could actually bump this up to 3, and I even went really hardcore with 3 Call the Haunted and the 1 Soul Charge as well, just so that I can get back maybe one of my stun cards that I'm dumping as well, because you can mill Zap Mustang, and as long as, what is it, as long as you haven't special summoned anything else that turn, you can use one of your resurrection cards like this thing, or I guess the Soul Charge to get it back. So that's kind of cool. It basically says twice per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Each turn, the turn player can only special summon a number of times up to the number of attacks conducted during this turn. So if they can't special, normally that means you can't special summon during your main phase 1 because you haven't actually attacked this turn yet. And then so you're forced to like enter your battle phase and like try to get over all this stuff, and it's really annoying for them to do. So it's a nice little stun card. And then we got, like, you know, Ryos and Denkos in here because I thought Denko might actually help assist with the OTKs as well if we could actually get around the whole thing. I would really like Norden. I'm really sad we don't have it because I got my instant fusions in here as well for your Theseus and your 1000 Eyes Restrict in order to kind of go into your Needle Fiber. And my Needle Fiber target is the stupid Watt Kiwi. If it does, what is it? It just has some dumb effects. Your Watt monsters cannot be destroyed by battle while they are attacking. I guess that's really dumb. You could play any of the Watts. This Watt Bricks thing is kind of neat too because I think it would your opponent has to discard a card if it does battle damage. It'll never do that, but I mean you can put it in here. I just threw it in here as another Thunder target for Needle Fiber just to get stuff in the grave. I thought it was kind of cute. You got your 1 Monarch Stormforth for your Charger. This might go to 3. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just testing it out. And then I feel like Ties of the Brethren could be really cool, especially if you're going first, because you can't OTK, so you might as well just get a bunch of your stun guys on board and hope for the best. And like I said, you got the 1 Short Circuit in here, because you can actually really easily resolve it because of the whole token thing that Solar Cell makes. Anyway, that was Batteryman Solar Cell, or at least I hope that's what it's called. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the thing. Like I said, I needed a week to think this over so I could figure out whether I like the card or not, and I like the card for the deck. I'm actually curious to see what it does in Batteryman as well as just in general Thunderstun decks as well. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and remember guys, if you don't troll the meta, who will? I'll see you guys next time.
Wait just a moment. I can see you were about to click the subscribe button. Was I right? Tell me I was right. I was right? My Millennium Eye lets me see everything, including these other videos by Davy Boy. Don't be a stranger. You will always be welcome in my Toon World.